So we've retro rebuilt Manchester United and Manchester City, but the other big guns Arsenal have had it even rougher than them. Since 2008, the Gunners have only won FA Cup and Community Shields in England, and only 9 overall of them. They've also seen Arsene Wenger leave, seen Robin van Persie leave, and minimum UCL football, and when they have been in it, embarrassed by other teams, especially Bayern, in them recent years. So today we're going back in time to Arsene Wenger in charge of Arsenal, seeing if we can do better going back in time to 2008. Yes, people, exciting stuff. This is the Arsenal team. You can see it is looking very young, very old, all over the place. Not great goalkeepers or defenders. Good attack, though, and a young attack at that. We've got a lot of players all over the place. As it has to be said again, all over the place. We've got Fabregas, Van Persie, but then the bad players are really that bad. Terrible. I mean, Jack Wilshere is only 16 years old, and the way we do this rebuild is simple. A new rule, though. The overall objective is to win 9 trophies with Arsenal, but every time Spurs win one, it minuses 1 from our tally. So it could be more than 9 trophies, as our budget this season, it is 118 million. I think that should be sound. Need a trophy year 1, and I don't know about the tactic. We could go wing play with Van Persie and Theo Walcott on either side, but I don't think that's the reasonable thing. I'm going to go tiki-taka if we can play the ball through the lines, maybe change Van Persie to a striker. This could really work for us, but it does take a lot of weeks, so maybe a winger's the best. That only takes 2 weeks. We're going to do it. As this is going to be the team we use, I'm liking it. Some lower ratings. Still, I'm going to let them slide, and I will be loaning out a lot of players, such as Wilshere, Henry Lansbury, Aaron Ramsey in the squad. Them two can be loaned out anyway, but Nicholas Bentner, Lord Bentner is at Arsenal, and I want him as my starting striker. But now onto the loan list. We're going to loan a lot of players out this season, and I'm thinking our signing number 1 just has to be a goalkeeper, as this is a bit of a rebuild mission, and I think to rebuild the back line, Rene Adler, by a Leverkusen, only 23-year-old, 83 rated. He will be our goalkeeper, which I'm hoping is for the entirety of the save, as he's actually only cost us 45 million. That's good pricing. Leaves us some money left to still go out and get a midfielder. We need someone more defensive, and Fernando Ruben Gago, he's our next man, and I'm very excited about this dude. He cost 40 million. We did have to pay a release clause, but I don't really mind it. He's going to start the games because we've loaned a lot of players out which won't be playing. And I'm wondering, Season 1, how this team has just done, because we do need to change this up. Van Persie we need to change to a winger, and Rosicky has actually played on the wing for some reason. Thought it would take him out, but I guess he's countered as our defense. It's okay, but not amazing. I want to see our young players as Van Persie to a winger. He stayed at the same overall. I really wanted an increase from him. I want him staying here, but one player that definitely can't. Emmanuel Adebayor, if you haven't seen this by now. When he celebrated as a Man City player in front of the Arsenal fans, we have to get rid of him at some point. Just transfer list him. But then again, he did score most goals for Arsenal. But Carlos Vela, up to an 83 overall. Very decent record at Villa. Then we've got Theo Walcott, who's only an 81 rated, but was on loan at Liverpool. In fact, a lot of our loan boys doing well. Jack Wilshere's done all right. Ramsey's done very well. Walcott, Alexandra Song. Going to wait to see Bentner's rating. As in the Premier League, we do only need 8 trophies, or 9, and we're far off there. At least Spurs didn't win it, and we were in the Community Shield, but Manchester City beat us there, and we don't make the FA Cup final. Wigan actually made it, and Chelsea winning everything. It's a good job Tottenham have to win things, not Chelsea, because they've won it all. Or won bloody most of it, as yes, we wouldn't be in the Champions League. We won our group, and then lost to Napoli. An okay season. We weren't winning any trophies, of course, but we have that to build on as Bentner is 80 rated. Weyer is 83 though, and I'd probably use him more than Eduardo, so onto the bench he goes, but we're getting rid of our striker. Get out of here, Adebayor. Do not want to see your face again, and there's another player we are selling, an actual Frenchman at the club. Samir Nasri. He has got to go out of this team, both going to PSG, or maybe he's chose Everton? There was a bid in from both, as now we've got 360 million, but with the players sold, I want to trust who's here. I want to have some fun. I want Ramsey growing to this squad at some point. Also Song, who I am going to change to a centre-back. And as you can see in the team, Carlos Weyer I do want to trust. It's Theo Walcott though. I think he needs a little bit longer to grow. Because his replacement, brace yourselves, Kaká from Milan. He is joining Arsene Wenger, who is staying at Arsenal, so still has some pulling power. 144 million. We did, of course, have the money because we just sold 2 amazing players. I signed this guy in my United save, which is linked on the channel somewhere, and also top of the description is the sponsor's soccer deal shop. Cheap and affordable replica kits, quarter and half of the real life prices, and you can use that code on screen, MWS10 for a discount. But if you want to help the channel normally as well, just leave a like and subscribe to the channel because it really does help us out more than you believe, as we've got this change to make to Song. He's a 77 centre-back. I think he will stay at the club, not on loan, but he won't be on his own, sat on the bench, because Marcelo's joined from Juve, the 21-year-old Marcelo. Building for the future with him in mind on our bench. And you can also tell I'm building for the future with the sheer amount of loanees. And can it be a trophy this year? I would love for Arsene to get one, but we've got to check the Premier League. Oh, that's all right. Sounded like I was starting a chant right there for Arsenal, but we win the Premier League. 13 points clear. That is very decent, but we were very close to it not counting. You can see Everton just beat Spurs in the FA Cup final, in which we were knocked out in the semis, so it's a good job they didn't win it, because that would take our Premier League away, and I don't fancy winning that again. Still 1 trophy out of 9, or call it 2 trophies from 9, because we beat Everton ourselves in the Carabao Cup to win that one. Up the bloody Arsenal. We've had a good season, and hey, Kaká's come from Milan to Arsenal, smashed his old club in the group stages, to then go and smash Valencia into the next round, and Roma beat us 3-1 on aggregate. Shouldn't be losing to Rome, especially as Prem winners, as the team's going up in rating. You can see Kaká 92, Van Persie 90, Fabregas 90, a lot of decent players, and then the bench, well, it's very thin. Song and Marcelo have done alright, and same with Abue, but it's the loan players I care about most. None of them on the first page. We've got Walcott an 83. He went on loan again to Liverpool. Why do they just keep on wanting him? We've got Bentner 82 rated, Denilson 81 as our top scorer this year. Robin Van Persie from the wing with 34 goals. Could he be a Ballon d'Or nominee? You never know. We just won the league. Cheeky double in the Prem. I definitely don't mind it, as we've got all these players back from loan. I think we end our loaning streak, because you can't do it forever, and the players that have made it are on the bench. The players that didn't, Ramsey and Wilshere, probably might be sold as 158 million. We don't need to make more money, so maybe they just stay as rotational players. Not bad rotations to have. One's 77 rated, the other one's 72 rated. We've got a few more down here as well. As the main player we need, not a goalkeeper, maybe left back, Gael Clichy, Marcelo. Of course, he's going to grow though, so maybe it goes centre back, because Goalazor 32 and then Kolo Touré 29. We've only got Song, who's young. So our new young player, and a very controversial move, Micah Richards. We used him in our Manchester City save. But with him admitting himself he was a younger Arsenal fan, I need to bring him to Arsenal, and I'm going to offer 50 million. So here he is into the club, the guy from Leeds, playing for a Manchester club and supporting a London club. I don't know how it works, but I'll allow it. Joining the Arsenal, and yes, I didn't negotiate well. Still, I do not care. We've got over 100 million left. And we've weakened a rival as he doesn't even fit on the bench. You can see Rosický's on the bench because I'm going to trust Walcott in the first team as it stands because he's only 21 years old. He's younger than Micah Richards, just one rating lower than Micah as well. Maybe the man behind him, Emmanuel Eboué, he's done okay, but he could be replaced with someone a little bit younger. As this is our new man, this small winger, you might know him from his days at Wolves, João Moutinho, the Portuguese. Bought him from PSG, or Valencia actually, he moved, and then we snapped him up straight away for, what was it, 70 million? Delighted with this signing, only 2 weeks to a right mid, will complement Fabregas, I think, and also Kaká, with the technical ability, and could actually start as we'll put him into the squad. And can that squad go back-to-back in the Premier League or Champions League? Would bloody love the Champions League, as I like a Champions League spot. Still not a back-to-back because Chelsea win the Barclays. Fair enough, as I thought this trophy was guaranteed. The Community Shield, that's 3 of the 9. Is it one I really care about? No, and I don't want to win it again if I had a choice, as Liverpool win the FA Cup. The Carabao Cup is ours as well, so it is 4 out of 9 trophies, and we do like the League Cup. My team Grimsby doing well in that, as you can see, the Champions League group. Saint Etienne, good to see them, but also good to beat them. Milan have been terrible, as well as we beat Atletico. We then beat Roma this time, and then we beat Liverpool. Schalke beat Real Madrid, so Schalke must be good for a start, but we should beat them. We don't. We're beaten by Schalke. That is genuinely terrible. Right, so we've missed out on our 5th trophy. Still, Tottenham are not a threat, so at least we're not getting any minus score. Per seriously, though, how are we not beating Schalke with this team on paper? To be fair, not much increase. Clichy can come out for Marcelo. Song's 84, Micah Richards 85, so he goes into our defence. Still, bottling the title and the Champions League with Kaká, Cesc Fabregas and Van Persie is an absolute disgrace. Genuinely need to be better, as our top scorer this season, though, Carlos Vela, the Mexican youngster. Okay, so season number 4, and there's still 5 trophies to win right there, and you can see Marcelo the weakest, but I want to check Schalke's team. Strugglers in real life, but just beat us in the UCL final with, I've got to say as well, not very good players. Well, Manuel Neuer and also Ivan Rakitic. Could we steal this man and make him a playmaker midfielder? Or even Hiko Westerman? We have got a lot of defenders as is, so yeah, I think Rakitic. I think I really want to get him in. As have we got enough money? Yes, 139 million. It might just be Rakitic though, which is quite disappointing really. Would have liked to get a few players in, but still, I'm happy with him. Try and train him as a central midfielder, which shouldn't take long. After all, he's the player that I really wanted Aaron Ramsey to be at the club. But sadly not worked out, as yeah, Rosický's back up Cam, and could we actually sell Gago? Because we could make some money back. Screw it, I'm gonna do it. But that's not him walking out the door. Was that Thomas Rosický? Oh my days, yes it is! He's buggered off to Newcastle, so maybe Rakitic stays as Cam. Or maybe, just maybe, well, we've just changed the position of Moutinho, but he could be a Cam. Only 2 weeks, a solid backup, meaning Theo, it's your chance. You have got to shine at the Gunners. As also could say the same for Adler, our goalkeeper, adding a bit of healthy competition with the money made from Rosický. Samir Handanovic, a younger Handanovic as well, as that is the team I'm trusting to try and win the lot again. Champions League in my hand. We need to win some trophies this year. We wasn't in that many. You can see we might not be in it next year. The Champions League, that is. It might be Europa League football for us. But the worst thing is, I didn't realise Tottenham won the league. So that goes ahead and voids one of our trophies off the list. Or the cabinet, you can say, as the FA Cup is not ours as well. Manchester United, as Chelsea win the Carabao Cup. And we didn't get a Ballon d'Or winner, of course. And Porto, man. Absolutely hate the club. We always finish below them, but we still did go through. And hey, we beat Juventus on aggregate. We then bet Atletico Madrid again, who we beat last year, and Liverpool we beat last year, to go ahead into the final. And hey, we do win the Champions League. A trophy minus and then a trophy added. So we're still on 4 for the season, which, yeah, it's not an improvement, is it? Especially with the team we have. It doesn't know if it's coming or going because Marcelo's now out the squad again. Clichy's into the team. And also Alex Song on the bench. He has to go into the defense for Richards, who I thought would grow into this. Same with Walcott, replaced by Moutinho. Might as well not change him. Going to keep him as a right-hand-sided player. And then Ivan Rakitic, he's gone to an 89 rated. Beautiful, beautiful, as I did go back to loaning players out, and what a record from Wilshere. 12 games, 11 goals. A plus 10 rating at his loan over at Everton, so maybe he's not a lost cause after all. Is Van Persie our top scorer again? And I am not going to lie, I'm quite disappointed with one trophy now the season's actually over. There's 161 million. Now, one thing I'm actually happy about is when Schalke won the Champions League, I missed out one big player they sold over that summer. I remember seeing his name pop up as a top scorer, and he will replace one of my favourite players in this team. He doesn't play, but Nicholas Bentner. He has to go. Time to go. Whatever the Arsenal fans used to say, so transfer listing him as welcome our new striker. We've got the Flying Dutchman, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. Turns out he was at Newcastle, and we've signed him, the 28-year-old, on a 4-year deal. And of course, he's going to be a bench striker. He's never going to replace Carlos Vela, who somehow is 90 rated. Absolutely incredible, but we are not finished our business there. Big badge on the kit, but it is Johan Cabai of Cagliari. Of course, with Wenger being a French manager, we had to steal this Frenchman, who of course doesn't go in the first team, but hey, it's an 87 rated. I really do like that, but of course we've got better in the team as it is already. Gael Clichy's our weakest player. But again, him and Marcelo, I've got to just trust them because we've got some quality players here. We've got loads of 90 rateds and not much business to do. Yeah, we've done everything. We're just going to sit with that 66 million and hope somehow. I don't think it's possible to win everything because we're not in everything. We need to enter more trophies as the Premier League. Wow! 2 draws, 1 defeat, 107 points. Of course, that's a Premier League win and a trophy, but it was so close to unbeatables again. Arsenal, of course, the only team to go unbeaten in the Premier League. As you can see, the FA Cup, it was a penalty win for Chelsea. Probably our biggest threat, but not threatening in the Carabao Cup. That's our 3rd Carabao Cup. And what, 6th trophy? 7th if not for Spurs, but this will be our 7th, and we've got our 7th trophy with a 7-0 win. Incredible scenes as the Champions League group stage. Porto crash out, finally get past them. Really don't like playing that team. As you can see, we hammered Hamburger, then we beat Barcelona, then we beat Valencia calmly. Not a 7-0 as in the Champions League final again. Same as last year, same result as last year. You don't want to be a Chelsea fan when this Arsenal team is dominating as our top scorer this season. Of course, RVP. And we've not won a Ballon d'Or yet, so there's still more to be seen from him, as there's more to be seen from this team. There's actually a change to be made. Handanovic for Adler. Handanovic somehow 90 rated, and adding him to the starting 11 makes it almost all 90. The main players, of course, being Cesc Fabregas, Kaka, and Van Persie. I'm looking at these two. Thinking Ballon d'Or. We've had a Ballon d'Or each retro rebuild. So easy to build players up, as 170 million makes it easy to build this squad up. As that's all we need to do. Literally build it up a little bit more. And the only player I want to go for, spend all my bloody money on him. Sergio Ramos. But, oh, we can't sign the man. Can't we just offer money? Nope, only his release clause, which is 261 million. Maybe if we sell players, get our money up to that margin, he could be our new left back. As yes, left back, I've got bored of Marcelo, waiting on him, so he's going to be transfer listed. And of course, Gael Clichy. And who have we got out so far? Right, Abue and Marcelo. That is almost $1 million raised. I think we need one more player to leave this club. And there we land. Aaron Ramsey to Villarreal. That seems we have made over 270 million, so we can buy Ramos. Thank you, La Liga, for having them stupid release clauses. He doesn't have one at Arsenal, but he does need to change position. I bought him to be a left back, and look at that. 2 weeks later, he changes not his rating, but his position to fit in the team. As you know what I want to do this season, of course, we're in every trophy, and with that team that you see, I want to win everything. We have got the minerals, and also a player's got the minerals to go and get the Ballon d'Or as Robin van Persie wins the best player. I mean, he genuinely deserves it, as what has happened to this team? Richards is in the team, and Hoyt is on the bench. Have we been robbed or something? Yes, we have. Clichy and Goalazor on free transfers. I mean, we only need one trophy. One trophy ourselves, and Spurs not winning anything. They've only won one, and we couldn't go unbeaten. Even with the Ballon d'Or winner, as we do win the Community Shield, and we do win the Super Cup, so that's a treble into the cabinet already. McLovin it. As you can see, the FA Cup was not ours. Did we go back to the Carabao? No, that went to Liverpool. You could say we've won the lesser trophies, as we always get Porto and Milan. We finished second in the group, as Milan actually above us for once. Still, in the next round, we had their rivals Inter beat them 3-2. Then Manchester United, we hammered 5-1 for Hamburg to slip through into the Champions League final, where we have Liverpool themselves, and I'm running out of breath. And what team do we play? I'm joking, of course. I know our players. Everyone in the first team is by far the best at the club. Fabregas 97. I'm surprised he didn't win the Ballon d'Or, but I guess it's all about goals, which Van Persie gets the most of again. Maybe should be the striker, but we're not going to go with that for now. There was a change to the lineup. You could see Cabai is on the ball here. Had to go into the team as Ivan Rakitic was suspended, and he needs to be on his toes a bit more. Ball falls to Fernando Torres. Running it down the wing, he's going to be brilliant. But Bakary Sagna, or Sakari Banya should we actually call him. A ball through onto Cabai now. This could be a break early on for the Arsenal. Go on, Kaka. Just try and put this across the box. It's a jump. It's a save. And it's a miss by Van Persie at the back post, but still a corner. Van Persie to take it, not in the box. Alexandra Song jumps up highest, but still not into the net, as now Liverpool with their attack. Steven Gerrard taking the corner towards, I think, Daniel Agger. That might have been in the box. Failing to clear the ball well, but still we're going to keep it right here. Cabai, that's a ball. Run round the corner. A good ball into Vea. Is it Vea or is it Vela? Is he missing chances? Because I'm not saying his name right, as Cabai wins the ball. That's a good ball through to Vea, and a ball onto João Moutinho. How does he miss that one? And a chance to Liverpool right here. Fernando Torres fizzing it at Handanovic still. Cleared the ball, and Kaka with the header falls to the feet of Carlos Vela. See if saying Vela actually gives him a little bit more luck. See if he wants to play for us a bit more. It looks like that, doesn't it? Just before halftime, our Mexican striker, who was a youngster and started here, scores the opening goal. And that's the halftime whistle. Looking fine and dandy so far, but there's a long way to go. And there's Fernando Torres on the field. Terrified of that man, and I'm also terrified of Steven Gerrard. That's going to be a free kick. I believe handled, and Gerrard taking it. What's he going to do here? Is it a layoff? No. Hits the wall. Still pressure from Liverpool as Torre heads it in. And I've just realised he left us on a free to go to Liverpool. Pain personified. Champions League final, ex-player. Gutting. That's me not signing his contract back up, thinking we'd easily win this finale. There's pressure on Martin Skrtel. Pressure might pay off as well, because Moutinho's jumped onto the ball. Kaka with the sweet turn. Skrtel just dominating him. Not letting him have the ball, but still we've won it back. And Van Persie. Ramos on the run forward. Sergio Ramos into Carlos Vea. We really needed that one. Still, we'll take this short corner. Cesc Fabregas into Villa, and now João Moutinho, Kaká now, I think we're just offside, but the play goes on and still here. What a move! João Moutinho deserved a goal at the end of it. And he did really have to score, but still the chance in the last dying embers of the game. It's Van Persie. They've left a lot of players forward. Van Persie pulls it across and Villa scores the second goal for himself. Both goals come in at the death. And this one in Schalke, who of course beat us in a final before. And Villa gets in there. Mr. Half-Time, that's what we're going to call him. And of course, full-time was blown afterwards. We have won the Champions League. Or Mr. 45, that suits him more. It has a little bit of a ring to it as well, as Fabregas to lift this. After all, 97 rated. Brilliant in this save, as I'm actually going to have a week off. Videos will still be coming, but I won't be at home to look at suggestions. But if you do want to get a team in before FC25, still do comment it down below. I will try and get round to it.